Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and these like past 2 days have been pretty insane in the Pokemon TCG. We saw three major things, including this one. We saw the Team Rocket stuff. We knew about this more or less, but we saw those reveals. Honestly, this wasn't anything super crazy. People are kind of waiting for it, and it's cool, but nothing absolutely insane there. Then we see this new Pocket stuff, which is well, obviously we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a ranked match system, as well as a new set called Shining Revelry, coming out March 28th. Um, and so that's going to be something. And then we're going to also see some big changes in Pokemon TCG Live, which are really, really big, I think. I made a video about that. That is. So we've seen a lot of stuff recently, and I'm really excited to dive into it. I've dove into some of it, but we're talking today about Pocket, and I will be talking some about Live as well, how it relates to Pocket. Oh no, sorry, this set is coming March 27th, and then the ranking starts the 28th, and it says the season will feature Shining Revelry. I don't really know what that means, but anyways, um, let's talk about the cards first, and then we'll talk about the ranking. I don't have too much to say about the cards. They are shiny. If we looked at the regular TCG, where is it? We see sets like this. I was gonna say all the time. We see them somewhat, like once a block, right? Or no, not once a block. Once a like era or whatever generation. So we saw. This is not called Fate. It's Shining something, but we saw. Where is it? Palion Fate. We saw shiny fates, and this is to kind of give an idea of what you should expect from this set, because I definitely think it'll be similar. Then we saw hidden fates, and then there's also shining legends. Shining legends. I mean, they all had some shiny. Wait, did shining legends? Oh, shining legends was different. So Palian fates. No, we'll start with hidden fates, the first one, then shiny fates, then Palian fates. And so they all have like regular cards, and then they have some shiny Pokemon, and they have like reprints generally, like I'm less familiar with Hidden Fates. Most of these cards are pretty bad. A few are interesting and good, but a lot of them are pretty, unfortunately, bad and generic. Yeah, you see like reprints here of okay cards as well. And then the shiny Pokemon are generally reprints of cool cards. When I say cool, I mean cards that have like interesting interactions, the cards that aren't just the filler cards. But the regular set is filler cards, so the new cards are not are going to be pretty filler in terms of mechanic wise. But then the new shiny Pokemon are going to be cool cards that you can play as well. They're like not you're not like throwing if you're playing them generally. Um, but then we do see this is a little different than what Pocket's going to do, I think, as we do see shiny Pokemon that are new, that seem decent. I guess I haven't actually like looked into them yet. Oh, this Charizard DX actually doesn't seem good. Actually no, it seems okay. It's interesting. I was comparing it to the first Charizard, but EX that we see in Pocket now. But yeah, you see like I mean this one had some I'm using rare Pokemon which went shiny, but again you see shiny versions of interesting Pokemon like this Dragapult, this Galarian Surfetch'd, Galarian Rodriguez. I mean pretty much all these cards have something interesting about them, though they're not necessarily the highest end cards either. Like the multi prizes are okay. These are all earlier, and I mean, or no, Hidden Face wasn't exactly earlier, but the other two were all pretty early in, like they're at the end of the first block of the generation, the three set generation, sorry, 3 year generation. We'll see what exactly is going to happen with Pocket, whether it's going to have rotation, just what they're going to do with it. But yeah, this seems fine. It doesn't seem anything crazy. The title, I haven't titled it yet. I mean, I was recording it, but I think it's probably something like, playing it kind of safe. This seems pretty safe, right? Pocket in general has been a pretty safe game, which is okay to start off with. I was, kind of waiting for some like big thing that's cool. But obviously, it's like a combination of the regular TCG, which is super popular, and then like mobile games like Pokemon Go, which are super popular. And so if they make something that's a mixture of those, which is what it is, it should be super popular, and it has been. It's made them a lot of money, and that's cool and stuff. They've made unique cards. The new unique cards haven't been absolutely crazy, but they've been cool enough. They've been fine, to good, somewhere in that range. And this also seems pretty safe. Like shiny Pokemon, yeah, people like shiny Pokemon. It's cool. Is it anything really special? I mean, no, it's something that, I mean, I've just showed three examples of sets that are just like this, that are the regular TCG, right? So this is how's it special to Pocket? It's not, but it's cool. We see looking at the shiny Pokemon, we see well the shiny cards. We see Lucario EX. I'll talk about the card itself in a moment. We see Pachirisu, and these are all new cards, and Charizard EX as well. They actually I don't remember if Pachirisu has a regular card, but there's no regular Lucario EX either. There's a regular Lucario, and then there is a Charizard EX. But these are new. They look cool enough. They don't look anything like absolutely crazy. The only There's two interesting things with arts. I guess the one is that they kind of move around it, like in 3D, when you like tilt them, which is cool, and I guess these will do that. But that's not super crazy. The cooler thing is the immersive arts. That's pretty interesting. Looks like these aren't. I don't know. It's. I mean, these look like they are not that. Um, we'll see if Pokemon makes immersive arts with shinies, something like special like that. Or something like really special about the shiny Pokemon, as opposed to just alternate arts that are shiny, which are cool. But again, nothing groundbreaking. And then looking at the pack, we see Varoom and Beedrill and Wug Trio, so that's cool. Some fun Pokemon there. I guess I don't know if people like Varoom that much, I mean, I like Beedrill and Wug Trio. Varoom's certainly fine. And obviously Charizard, of course, is here, as always with all these shiny Pokemon, which some people kind of complain about. I think it's completely fine. I mean, like Charizard's popular, but Charizard's like cool. I mean, it's cool. Um, Anyway, so we see that, and then we see. Let's talk about the cards themselves, what they actually do. Charizard EX here. Obviously, we have a Charizard EX, generally like paired with Moltres EX, which is 180 for 4. The other, not this one. And then you discard 2, I believe, Fire Summon. I think they have to be Fire. It doesn't really matter. And then this first attack is 60 for 3, so it's like a strong attacker. This one does 150 for 5. Honestly, the medium in Pocket, let's be honest, it's not great. But because most of the decks are just like basic, right? But that puts this in a pretty good spot. Where or basically like stage 1. So we can like one shot things with this, but it's more energy and it does less damage, which seems bad. But your first attack here, Stoke, says, which I think we've seen on another Pokemon or two. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. But it takes 3 fire from Energy Zone and attach it to this Pokemon. And you can just attack with Steam Artillery from then on. You just attach one more and attack, assuming your opponent doesn't remove that energy somehow, which is not super easy to do. So this is solid. You do need to attack once with it once it's set up to really power yourself up. You're not going to play this with Moltres EX. If you're playing Charizard EX with Moltres EX, play the other Charizard EX. This is fine. It's decent. It's pretty self-sufficient, but it is a stage 2. So the earliest you can get this going, you go first. Turn 3, you use Stoke, and then turn 4, you use Steam Artillery. That's okay. It doesn't feel great. There are some tanky Pokemon. I mean, it's decently tanky, but like, and it's decently strong. This isn't a really standout Pokemon to me. I think it's okay. I think the other Charizard EX is better, but they're a little different, right? But it's fine. Then we have Lucario EX here with its attack Aura Sphere, which does for 3 fighting 100 and 30 to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. This is okay. Nothing super impressive here. To me, the big issue with this card, why I would almost definitely not play this, is that there's the regular Lucario, which is like super good. And you could technically play them together, but it's not super easy. You can only play 2 Riolus, and Lucario increases your damage by 20. And then you're hitting 120. You're probably looking to hit 140, which you can't do. And then you can just attack with like some single point Pokemon, or there's not a great fighting EX. I mean, Garchomp EX I think is okay. Wait, there's 4, I think. Something like that. There's a bunch of stage 2s, and I don't think. I mean, let's be honest. I said the mini games mostly basics. I don't like hate the mini games mostly basics. It can get a little boring though. But then you have yeah, Rampardos is good. I don't think Rambo. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But yeah, most of these are basic EXs. Um, and so, yeah, that's we just see Gladiax. I don't think Gladiax is that good. I've said that before. I think it's pretty mediocre. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it's super strong. And then you have like Rampardos. Rampardos Lucario is pretty good, but Rampardos is like strong. Lucario is nice. Lucario is good, and Rampardos is also good, and they're both fighting, so you can play them together. But it's not like they have absolutely insane synergy. Getting some extra damage though is nice. Rampardos obviously has inconsistencies, being a fossil stage 2 evolution, but it's a strong Pokemon. And it's 130 for one. That's pretty insane. We're talking about 150 for five. Oh, these aren't the right tabs. 150 for 5 on Charizard EX. This is, that's better than that. But yeah, Lucario EX just, anyway, it doesn't impress me that much. It's not completely terrible, but it's not super strong either. Then we have the Pachirisu, the last of the Pokemon that we see a shiny of. This one with the attack Plasma for 1 lightning. You do 10 and take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched lightning Pokemon. The lightning Pokemon that are good are like Pikachu. I think Pikachu X is still pretty insane. I stand by that. It's just very efficient. And then you have like Magnezone, and you have Pachirisu, and you have I don't know what's good as Lightning. I guess I'll take a quick look to see if they're like good partners for this, because those aren't good partners, right? Like they're either cheap, which case you don't need to accelerate, or it's Magneton, which just accelerates to itself. There is like the Luxray Electivire stuff. This could help that out, I guess. And you could pair it with like Zapdos EX or something. Zapdos EX. There's not really an or something on the other side of that. I guess there's some ride shoes. These just aren't super impressive to me. Pachirisu isn't terrible. I think it's actually kind of good. It's like not as good as Manaphy. I think it's a little weaker than Manaphy. It has more HP though, and it does damage, which is nice. But yeah, Pachirisu is okay, kind of good, but just doesn't have a good partner, which is fine. We might see one from the set, and then it could be really good. And then we have the Iono. This is a supporter card. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws that many cards. This is pretty good. Obviously, kind of like Iono in the regular TCG. They're certainly not the same, right? That's not keeping the same hand sizes, but this is, I think, actually really similar to a card in the regular TCG, but I don't remember what it is. So this is obviously, lets you draw some cards, can disrupt your opponent. These are okay. Kind of good. I think it's a card that you probably should play a bunch because it lets you draw cards. It's supported the Drowsy cards. What's the other option? Professor's Research, best card in the game. Probably it's very close, if not the best card in the game, which is fine. And so Iono is, it's a good supporter. Not, I don't think it's completely game. Well, actually, no, I think it's a pretty big deal. Hand Disruption is not played that much. It's played some, but this is a supporter card that I think you want to play for its draw ability. It's not, again, not insane draw power, but it's solid, better than not having it, I imagine. And because consistency of pocket is really important, or in like anything, it's important. And then it'll come with hand disruption. So now people will be more playing around it. It may add some more depth to the game, which is really nice. The game, again, it's not super in depth right now. And then you have this Brigatito. It's not really anything. It's fine. But it's just a previous evolution. We got Red as a supporter here. During this turn, attacks by your Pokemon do 20 more to your opponent's active EX. This is actually really good. It's not like super broken, but I think it's pretty strong. I think it's a card that people will want to play. It's generally probably substantially better than Giovanni. Giovanni is okay, not unplayable by any means. It's kind of good, but yeah, this is better than that, which is nice. Generally, obviously, not always better. Not much to say about it, but it is what it is on face value. And then Tatsugiri, this says your active Dondozo has no retreat cost and it's 20 for 1. There's not really much to say there. I keep looking at this, thinking it's Dondozo. It's Tatsugiri, but we'll see some Dondozo in the set. Hopefully that is good. I don't know how much this will help, honestly. It seems like it won't be that useful, but maybe it will. Who knows? But can't speculate on that too much because we don't know the card. Then we have, or at the time of recording this, we don't know the card. And then we have the the big thing to me, which is the rank matches added to Pocket. Or I guess it's the big thing, which I don't, I'm not a big fan of rank ladders. I feel like they don't make the game more fun. They add like a level of intensity, but like Pocket, especially a game like Pocket, it's kind of like a chill game, right? Not meant to be taken too seriously. I mean, that's why they're not playing it kind of safe. They want to make it like simple, relatively straightforward. And I feel like a ranked ladder does not do that. And I've heard some people asking for rank stuff, but not even as much as like I've heard it with live. And people are asking for so much more stuff in live. People are asking for like I don't know. I think this is another thing that to me is just pretty safe, and it's like fine. It's not like a terrible edition or a great edition. It's pretty neutral. But it's kind of like people were asking for this. People were asking for trading a lot more. I mean, they were like saying trading is coming, and people were like, yeah, we really want trading. And I mean, look at how that ended up, right? Pocket, I thought was on a great trajectory, but I was like, we need to see how it ends up going, like what the direction it's going in. It hasn't really been going in any direction. It's been in the same place it's been since the start, which is okay. It's again safe, fine, okay, but um, to me, the ranked ladder is, or this ranked matchmaking system, or ranked matches, like presumably public rank, or not like a ranking that you see that is meant to reflect your skill level in some way, because there are you have a level right to your account, so that is something that you can kind of see. It's kind of like a ranking, but not really. Um, it's like it's I imagine people of higher level are generally better. Um, I don't know if like there's some point at which that's not true. If it's like, oh, people are just spending money and not really playing the game, and I don't know how much your rank goes up if you just. I mean, I don't spend money on Pocket, so I don't really know how much that impacts your level. I know it does some, but those people, if they're not playing it, I don't like see them as much either, right? When playing the game. So Pocket, though, this is like cool. I guess it's like a fun addition. But I've been waiting for that thing that is something special to Pocket. It could just be something that we could see in the regular TCG, but don't. Or it could be the regular TCG or like TCG Live. Or it could be something that like a new format or something. And then, or it could be something which I think is what you want, which is something special that only you could do in Pocket. Which we've kind of seen with a few mechanics and some things here and there, but nothing absolutely crazy. Pretty tame stuff like Pokeball and like Gyarados EX came into my mind. That's like kind of silly. Or like Dragonite. Dragonite's pretty cool. A fun example of that. But overall, um, it's fine. There's not really much more to say about it than it's fine. But it's fine. Um, the set is fine. I wish I had better stuff to say about Pocket. This is actually the first time ever that I've been more excited about Live than Pocket. Well, I know. I guess I've been more excited about Live before Pocket, released, kind of. But yeah, this is interesting. I don't know if it's good. This isn't like I don't see a ton of progress, but the set's cool. As a set, it's fine. Seems cool enough. Seems better than like the Fate sets in the regular TCG to players, and to collectors as well. It seems at least at that same level. And I'm excited for this. To hopefully, for things to progress in Pocket. More stuff is nice still. So it is some level of progress, even if it's pretty safe. But tell me down below if you think that Pocket is like going in a good direction, or if it's playing it too safe. Which isn't the worst thing, or if it's like going downhill. I've definitely heard more criticism about Pocket as time has gone on. At first, people were like, "Oh, this is really good." Some people kind of complain about it because they just don't like Pocket, but not really for any specific reason. They're like, "Oh, Pocket is bad because like I don't know. It's just like, oh, I don't like it, so it's not good. Which isn't really like a reason, right? But I mean, you can not like something, that's fine. But anyways, Pocket I think it's safe, and that's just the thing that it is. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all the cards. I mean, I like looking at new Pokemon cards, nonetheless. But I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking, subscribing, of course. Comment down below your thoughts, and I'm excited to see you in the next video.